What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is, of course, Rich. This is RR37, the home of our WWE 2K19 Universe mode. We are back today with week 12 now of SmackDown. It's going to be another great show. Just sit back, chill, enjoy yourselves, and we're going to start the night off with the new leader of the women's division, Maria, in the ring. She's got a microphone, so let's check in and see what she has to say. Welcome everybody to SmackDown. It is me, Maria, the new leader of the women's division, right here on this blue brand. Last week I made my very first match, and it's going to be hard to top that. Lita versus Trish Stratus. If you haven't seen that, that will be up on RR37 for you to go back and watch right now. I'm not going to ruin the result of that match, just know that it was a throwback and it was a really good one. But tonight it's to more serious business. See, I need to assess everybody that I have in my division, see where you all are, where you're all performing at, and what we're going to do to move things along in the future. So with that in mind, we are going to be starting week 12 of SmackDown with a women's battle royal. Now in this match, it is an over the top rope, so there's no pinfalls, no submissions. The losers of this match are not going to have that put on their record, but the winner of the match will have a win put on their record. But the order of elimination in this match is going to allow me to closely assess where all the women are and where they should be ranked in this division. So for me, it's business. For all of you in this crowd and all of you watching tonight on YouTube, it is pleasure. I thank you very much. Oh wow, that is big news by Maria, and you've got to say it is early days for her at the moment, but she is delivering in her new role as the leader of the women's locker room, and we're going to start things off with that match tonight. So we've got Charlotte now heading towards the ring. You'll imagine Paige just standing outside the locker room, and it looked like Charlotte was going to walk straight past Paige, but she hasn't. She's smashed her straight into the wall. I know that they've got a match at SummerSlam, but is there really a need for this? Charlotte's got Paige up on her shoulders right now, and just Paige looks out of it after being shoved straight into the wall, head and back first. She's not fighting back at the moment, and Charlotte is just carrying Paige along on her shoulders. Where is she taking her, and what on earth is she gonna do? We're stopping by the table. This does not look good for Paige. It's not good for Paige. Charlotte's just drove her straight through the table. There was just no need for that from Charlotte whatsoever. She's in this match. You just saw it booked by Maria, confirming that that is how we start the show tonight. God knows what sort of condition Paige is in. We'll try and get that information to you later, but for right now, this is what we've got for the rest of the night. Like I say, starting with the women's battle royal that Maria has just made. She wants to assess where everybody is, so it's not everyone on the women's roster, but it's close to it, and it is an 8-woman over the top battle royal. That should be a really good match, and really everyone's getting a clean slate tonight by the sounds of it from Maria, so everyone should be very highly charged for that one. The same can be said for this match as well. This has been begged for by Jeff Hardy. I'm not too sure how wise it is from Jeff. We know he's still banged up a little bit from his match a couple of weeks ago now with Samoa Joe. Last week he got beaten up by Razor backstage, so that's why he wants the match, but I do have to question the wisdom of Jeff Hardy there. Also, a little caveat in this match is Randy Orton still by his buddy's side, even though these two are gonna meet each other at SummerSlam for the WWE title. We saw them last week talking to one another backstage, and maybe they have thrashed out some kind of agreement. Maybe they haven't. We'll never actually know, I suppose, but for the time being at least, it looks like Randy is going to accompany his friend to ringside tonight. And then we have really what is the rubber match of sorts between Big E and AJ Styles. We saw all the way back in week 2 AJ Styles lose to Big E, and then a few weeks later, roughly week 6 or 7, once AJ started getting his act together a little bit, he challenged Big E, who was willing to accept the match. AJ picks up the win there. So in past meetings, it is one win apiece for these two, and I suppose we're going to find out who the overall winner is tonight. At the moment, Big E's 1-1 here in Universe mode. AJ is a quite disappointing 3 wins and 6 losses at the moment, so he's desperately going to need to win this one tonight. And then we have a bit of a strange match following that one. It is the Bludgeon Brothers and Samoa Joe teaming up with them to take on the entire Sanity. Yeah, I don't really know too much what to say about this one. In the match, we've got a Samoa Joe who's at 3-3 at the moment with his 1-loss record here in Universe mode. The Bludgeon Brothers are 2-2, but really struggling when they're not defending their titles, so that could come into play tonight, it being a non-title match as well. And then we've got Sanity, who as a group are 1-3, but we know Eric Young's a bit more successful than that. And he talked last week about a new era beginning, a new dark era that was going to be full of chaos and anarchy and things like that. He is Mr. Money in the Bank, so he's going to be looking obviously to carry his momentum on tonight. And after that we have Andrade, who is constantly putting in good performances here in Universe mode. He just needs to close these matches out, get them wins. I feel like he's right on the verge of a title shot, but he's just not consistent enough to get himself in the big match. Whether that be a WWE title match, that might be a bit of a stretch for him, but definitely the US title, I feel like he's just standing on the periphery of what's going on there with that at the moment, and a win against Mysterio tonight would be absolutely huge for him. Mysterio is probably looking down Last Chance Saloon at the moment. He's yet to win a match in this Universe mode. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Ray. Maybe he is finished and he doesn't want to admit it, a bit like Cena over on Raw, but he desperately needs to win tonight. And then, speaking of the US title, we have the champion in the next match, that being Shinsuke Nakamura. He's going to team up with Jericho tonight, which is a bit of a strange team again to go against the Bar. Obviously, we know that Cesaro is the #1 contender for that title. So with that being a live match, we'll talk more about that as that match unfolds. And then we have got Ricochet getting an opportunity tonight against an unbeatable Randy Orton at the moment. And once again, the caveat of that match, Razor Rivers is going to be at ringside with Randy Orton. It's a really interesting dynamic, but we'll talk again more about that match as that progresses as well. What a card it is though tonight. I'm really looking forward to this SmackDown. But before we go any further, it looks like Rage is already heading to the office. He is indeed, of Chris Hammer. I did hear, and I was going to get to it, but Rage has turned up quite early tonight. He has been summoned to the office over the events of what happened at the end of SmackDown last week, where he announced to the world that he has actually been traded to Raw for Dean Ambrose. That was supposed to be kept under wraps until after SummerSlam, but Rage come out and just told the world about it anyway, which has obviously upset Chris Hammer here. I can't make out exactly what's being said, but you've got to imagine that there is going to be some severe consequences for what Rage did. And wait, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? And I'm guessing the discussion's over, and once again, just like we're seeing on Raw last week, Rage is absolutely just taking out management here. This is a part owner of SmackDown. It's not just a general manager like Batista, which was bad enough from Rage last week. He's now laying waste to a part owner of the show that he's actually on. I don't know if he's just been fired, if he's been suspended or what, but whatever was said to him, he has not took it lightly. He has not took it in good faith, and he's not just walking out of here without leaving his mark on the bloody part owner of this company. This guy is completely out of control. I've never seen anything quite like what we've seen on Raw and what we've seen here now on SmackDown, where someone just literally assaults ownership and management just as a competitor. He really, in the truest sense of the word, just seems to absolutely not give a damn. And oh, there you go, straight into that equipment truck, and then face first to follow. There is gonna be severe action taken. You have to feel against Rage here. You cannot just be doing this. We've got the trash can now straight over the back of Hammer. He's not the first to put his hands on Chris Hammer though. Remember, we saw Kane, who's really not been in his right mind lately, doing the same sort of thing. He chokeslammed Hammer, but this is on a whole nother level altogether. We're going to see another table destroyed tonight. We are indeed. And the part owner of this show is just laid out by one of its competitors. I just cannot see any way how he gets away with what he has just done, as he just stands over the carnage that he's just caused, and we're staying with him as he's just walking away as if nothing's happened. And is that Ambrose? That is Dean Ambrose. He was laying in wait for Max Rage there, and he's just laying him out with a chair now. Ambrose has got to have been staring and waiting for this opportunity since this show has kicked off tonight, after he got beaten down himself last week on Raw. Rage blaming Dean, Dean and Batista, to be fair, and obviously Chris Hammer, we find out tonight as well, for trading him away for what he believes is his absolute destiny. Here he's going through the table now. We have seen so many broken tables here tonight. Alabama slam from Ambrose this time, and Rage is looking vulnerable. He would not have been expecting this tonight. You've got to know that. Dean just throws him out the way now, picks up the chair and just cracks him with it again. It all started with a chair, and it's going to end with a chair by the looks of this. It's just shot after shot after shot. Ambrose was fuming obviously last week. He's not been active in social media. We've not been able to get word with him. He's just not been his normal self. He's been hidden away actually, and you understand why now. He's made a bit of a mistake there though. He gets away with it. He's slightly quicker to the punch than what Rage is, and he's just wearing him out still now, using the wall this time, and Max just collapses to the floor. What's he gonna get done to him here now? Ambrose gets him up, hoists him over in a fisherman suplex there, and it looks like he's lining up for something big here. Ambrose now out on the floor. What are we gonna see? He's rolling him up. This is not a match, Dean. Oh, okay. It's Dirty Deeds on the floor, and Ambrose has just laid Max Rage out, so he didn't get away with it. He got his receipt instantly, but there's gonna be even bigger consequences still, I feel, for Rage at the moment. This has been the most out of control SmackDown I think I've ever seen to this point in this universe mode. We've got Kane in the ring. He's talking, but I don't think his mic's working, because Kane, we cannot hear a word that you are saying. Okay, that was extremely odd. And Kane, I feel for this guy at the moment. He seems to just be completely losing his mind. He's lost his composure. He looks completely embarrassed by the fact he was trying to talk, but nothing came out of his mouth. No one heard a single word of that. We know that something's going on, something strange between him and a past version of The Undertaker. It's hard to explain, but we keep seeing visions of The Undertaker showing up whenever Kane's around, and it just seems to, whatever is going on there, seems to be right in Kane's head at the moment. We will of course keep our eye on how that situation develops. It's been going on for a bit now, but back to tonight's action. We have got Becky Lynch winning the over-the-top Women's Battle Royal. She's not been in the greatest of form at the moment, Becky, in this universe mode, but that is absolutely huge for her to come out on top in that. Asuka or Charlotte herself probably would have been one of the favourites, but no, Becky gets the job done, so congratulations to her. Razor Rivers against Jeff Hardy. It is not really a surprise, I don't think, that Razor's picked up the victory here. Jeff is nowhere near 100%. He injured himself, like we said earlier, against Samoa Joe a couple of weeks ago. Razor battered him some more backstage last week, and I can tell you throughout the entire match, Razor smartly really just stayed on Jeff's ribs and back the entire time in that match, and he has further injured Jeff some more, we can confirm, so we may not see Jeff now for a couple of weeks while he tries to get himself back towards 100%, but Razor does actually beat a Universe Mode star at last. Big E beating AJ Styles. I have to admit, I did not see that one coming. I thought AJ was getting himself back together now, but he's going through another slump. But we've not really seen Big E since AJ beat him last. However, he picks up the win tonight, and that puts him 2-1 against AJ now, and also 2-1 in his overall Universe Mode record. So congrats to Big E, congrats to the New Day. It's back to the drawing board once again for AJ. I don't really know where he goes from here now, but yeah, it's Big E getting the win tonight. Next up, Sanity, Eric Young specifically, getting the fall tonight over Harper for his team. He's promised this new era of anarchy, chaos, pretty much anything out of control really, if we're being honest. I don't know, and I wouldn't imagine that the way tonight has gone is what he was talking about, but it has been out of control, it has been chaos, there has been anarchy, it's been everything that he promised, and he delivered that in the ring as well tonight. Another win for Sanity, another non-title loss as well for the Bludgeon Brothers. Samoa Joe has to take that L as well, even though he didn't get the he wasn't the one pinned or tapped. So yeah, big night for Sanity. Eric Young continuing that momentum, as does Andrade. We've said he's been performing well every time that we've seen him in front of the cameras, and he has been doing that. We said it could be last chance saloon for Rey Mysterio, and it could well be, as he does not get the victory against Andrade tonight. So I don't really know if Mysterio has still got it anymore. I don't know if Mysterio even knows if Mysterio still has it, but that's a big win for Andrade, and he moves onwards and upwards and maybe pushes himself further towards that title, that US title shot that I was on about. He is, however, going to have to be patient, because this man Cesaro, he's the number one contender for SummerSlam at least, and it is now time for him and Sheamus as a tag team tonight to take on Shinsuke Nakamura and Chris Jericho in the first of our live matches. And here we go, we are wasting no time. It is time for that first. Absolutely proud of that fact. They've had a successful start to their Universe Mode journey, have the bar, both as singles competitors and as a tag team. As a tag team, incidentally, since that's what this match is, they are 3-1 at the moment, so just the one loss for these two guys. They'll be looking obviously to make that 4-1 tonight. But what's interesting about this match is we're going to, for the first time now, get to see Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura in the ring at the same time. So that is going to be a little preview of what we have got coming up at SummerSlam. The question over Cesaro has always been, can he win the big one? Can he do it when the pressure's on, when there's a title on the line? Well, we're going to get a chance to see. We've got a few weeks to wait yet. Bloody hell, if I can talk. We have got a few weeks to wait yet before he gets that opportunity. But he's definitely going to be looking to keep on with the momentum building as SummerSlam edges nearer and nearer. It is also good to see that he's still got his friend by his side. Obviously, it was Sheamus versus Cesaro to become the #1 contender for the US title. They had a highly competitive match and it was Cesaro that come out on top. But for the time being, at least, it looks as though Sheamus is just happy for his friend and he's going to stick by his side, which you don't see that often, so it is nice to see that. Now, however, coming to the ring, we have got the US Heavyweight Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's not had the greatest start to Universe Mode. He went a few weeks without being able to pick up a win, as did AJ Styles, the former WWE champion over here. But he started to put it together a little bit lately, pulling his record back actually all the way to 3 wins against 3 losses for Shinsuke. So that first few weeks was really bad for him. But like I say, he's starting slowly now to turn that around. And he's got a very, very useful partner with him tonight in Chris Jericho. I don't think there's a friendship or anything like that going on here. I think this is just a complete one-off. We know what Jericho's like. We know he likes the cameras. We know he likes the live matches. And why wouldn't he? It just keeps on improving his stock. So given the chance tonight to come out here and perform with the cameras on, I don't think, honestly, that Jericho was ever going to turn that opportunity down. He himself, since he's got rid of Samoa Joe, he started really hot, Jericho. He run into Samoa Joe, as we know, and he couldn't get the better of that rivalry, but since then he's been putting it together himself, Jericho. He currently sits at 6 or 7 and 3 in his one-loss record. I can't quite remember which one it is, but whichever one it is highly, highly impressive. Jericho did say, back at the top of the list of Jericho, he's getting back into the ring. He's put the rock star lifestyle on hold for the time being, and he is fully focused on his Universe Mode career. It is probably, as his career comes towards the back end now, maybe his last run, who knows? Only Jericho knows how his body feels, but it's definitely been an impressive one. Like I said, since he's really focused back in on it, he's been getting the job done. And you've got to ask the question, if he wins tonight, is he standing out, like I mentioned earlier with Andrade, just on the periphery of a WWE title shot maybe? His record would suggest that he's in line, he's high up in the line, you would have to say. Record wise, definitely he's the only one that's anywhere near close to Randy Orton at the moment, Jericho. So if Randy can at SummerSlam make his way past Razor Rivers, you would have to say that Jericho is definitely someone who's going to be pushing for a title shot. But for tonight, that's got to be put aside. He has to get this match, he has to do well in it, he has to win it really. And he's got a good partner in Shinsuke, like I said. Not the greatest of starts, but he's slowly starting to turn that round now, Shinsuke. And this match really is about Shinsuke and Cesaro. Let's be real here. They're competing for that US title at SummerSlam, and they're probably going to want to put a bit of a beat down on each other. And they're both interestingly starting the match. I would have assumed that one of them maybe would have tried to stand on the apron a little bit and let their SummerSlam opponent get beaten down. But that's not been the case, so fair play to them. They're both taking it by the scruff of the neck, and they're both getting in there and seeing what they can do. It's a great chance for them to scout each other out. Oh, that is a big, big forearm there from Cesaro, who will definitely be the stronger of the two in the ring at the moment. There's no doubt about that. Shinsuke, I would say, is probably the quicker, but Cesaro himself is not slow, and he can do the high-flying stuff as well, as we know. He's a great athlete, Cesaro, but Sheamus has tagged in now, and this is how I would have imagined the match might have started, but Shinsuke at the moment taking full advantage of that striking ability of his, and bounces Sheamus's face off the hardest part of the ring there, that apron on the outside. I thought he was going to go for it again, but he doesn't. He puts Sheamus in the ring, and is he now going to tag out himself? He is indeed, and it is Jericho versus Sheamus now. These two are very, very technical, and you would say probably the more cunning of the four of them in this match. Nice powerbomb there from Jericho. Didn't see that one coming. Sheamus though, he's got that power, hasn't he? He's got that game-changing power. Just one right hand has changed the complexion of this match, and Sheamus quickly tagging out now to Cesaro. This is good teamwork from the bar, keeping Shinsuke and Y2J off balance at the moment with the quick tags. Oh, to the arm there from Cesaro. Another little quick shot there, and I thought Cesaro there was going to start dragging Jericho towards his own corner, but he's too smart for that and tries to get him back into the corner of the bar. But Jericho having absolutely none of it. The veteran instincts of him there, and you've got to say the Universe Mode experience at the moment in this match would be with Jericho. He's probably had more live matches than anybody else in this ring, or in this match, I would say. So yeah, he'll be used to the cameras being on and having to perform in front of all of you guys watching on YouTube at the moment, and everyone of course in the arena. And he's took control at the moment of this match, Jericho. Cesaro though quickly tags out. He's not going to want to take too much punishment tonight, Cesaro. And the fact that he's got his buddy outside as well will probably be looking after him to make sure he's not going to have to take too much punishment tonight. I would expect Sheamus to do most of the heavy lifting in this match, but we'll have to wait and see. Jericho missing the drop kick there. Sheamus unloading now. Beautiful overhead belly to belly from him there. He needs to get Jericho away from this corner though, and he'll know that himself as well. Straight back to the power game from Sheamus, rolling through there. Nice move. Going for the cover as well. It's a 1 count, but that's all it is. Too early in the match yet for Sheamus, but really nice move there. Jericho though, with the reversal, just straight back in control of this match, and he's going for the walls already by the looks of it here. Has he got enough strength to turn Sheamus? He has indeed. He's sitting in, and Sheamus now has got to drag himself towards the ropes, but the referee is right in the way for Sheamus here. Jericho sits down deeper, but Sheamus has the leg strength to kick Jericho off there. That would have been controversial if it had ended that way. Sheamus trying to have a go at Jericho, but Jericho recovered from that very quickly, and he's straight back on the offense with a clothesline and bulldog combinations from Jericho now. He's getting better and better every time we see him, is Jericho. And that could, what we're going to see here, Irish Curse backbreaker. We're going for another one. Are we going to complete the hat trick here with Sheamus? We are indeed. And that there is definitely a game changer. That is a huge combination of moves from Sheamus. No Shinsuke coming in there. Very interesting. But Jericho gets the kick out anyway. Maybe Shinsuke doesn't want to be in this match. Oh, beautiful. We've seen that win so many matches from Jericho. Are we going to see it win another one for him? He's going to go for the cover. The leg's hooked as well. It's one. It's just a one. Cesaro win very quickly, but he gets a DDT for his trouble there. And Jericho has just took the bar out by himself at the moment. Instead of going after Sheamus, he picks up Cesaro He's picked up Sheamus as well. What is Jericho thinking right now? Shoulder block combination. Cesaro misses that uppercut. Jericho's thrown out the ring but lands on the apron. Sheamus trying to recover here. He has no idea that Jericho's waiting. It's a double axe handle off the top rope, and Jericho is absolutely on fire in this match at the moment. It's him actually who's done most of the heavy lifting, and he's going to put Sheamus back in the walls of Jericho once more. He's got him turned over. Sheamus is so far away from any ropes right now, and that is it. He's tapping. Jericho wins another match in front of the cameras. And if he was on the periphery of a WWE title match, he definitely has just moved one step closer to getting in on that action. It is a great performance from Jericho. Disappointing from the bar, maybe from Cesaro's point of view. He's not putting all that he could have tonight, keeping whatever he's got in reserve for SummerSlam. We might see more of that from Cesaro. Shinsuke as well, not heavily involved in this one, but I'm very surprised to see Sheamus tap out from the walls of Jericho there. He did take some big moves in this match, but it just felt a little bit early. But maybe Sheamus is low on confidence at the moment as well after losing to Cesaro last week. Tapping out though is definitely not going to help him with that. But yeah, congratulations to Jericho. Another big win in front of the cameras. He's absolutely loving this universe mode reset at the moment, is Jericho. Shinsuke is going to be really grateful to him for getting the job done tonight as well, keeping his momentum rolling without having to do too much of the work as well. So great result from Shinsuke there. And yeah, they move towards SummerSlam. Jericho's not on the card yet. Shinsuke, we know, is. So Jericho might have just put himself on the card. We will have to wait and see. But in any event, good result for both Jericho and Shinsuke tonight. We've got Paige in the ring now. She's not supposed to be out here, but in any event, let's just check, see what she has got to say. I'm assuming it's going to be aimed at Charlotte, but here we go. So that's how we're doing this thing, is it, Charlotte? Sneak attacks backstage when our backs are turned. Not going to be up front in the ring where you know that I will beat your ass every single time. You have to jump me when I'm not expecting it. Well, that's fine. If you want to play by rules like that, I can play by rules like that. I have no problem with that at all. I have quickly become the most dominant woman here on SmackDown. So, Maria, I hope you're listening as well, because SummerSlam, I want Charlotte, which I've already got, but I want her in a tables match. If she wants to play with tables, let's play with tables. Make the match, Maria. The fans will want to see it. Everyone on YouTube will probably want to see tables involved as well. So make the damn match. Paige versus Charlotte. SummerSlam tables. Oh wow, well I am definitely up for that idea. What an idea from Paige that is. I would love to see Charlotte versus Paige at SummerSlam as the first ever women's tables match here in Universe mode. That would be an absolutely phenomenal match. But while that was going on, I have to show you something very strange once again from this version of SmackDown tonight, where we had Kane leaving to go to the parking lot and leave the arena. Obviously he come to do his promo tonight, but we couldn't hear a word he was saying, and as he walks off there, you can see he's being pursued by The Undertaker. Honestly guys, I have got absolutely no words to describe what is going on between Kane and how we are able to see an Undertaker that, yeah, I just have no words. I can't even describe it. It is time for something that I can describe, and that is our main event of the evening. We have got Ricochet tonight. We saw him earlier with Rey Mysterio. Rey got hurt badly against Andrade, which is why he's not with Ricochet tonight. Again, not too sure if Rey's got what it takes to continue performing here, but that's for another time. He did strike up a friendship with Ricochet, and yeah, Ricochet's got a massive opportunity tonight against the most informed star in Universe Mode, especially on SmackDown. It's debatable whether you would say he or Roman Reigns, Randy Orton or Roman Reigns is the most informed, but on SmackDown, Randy Orton's head and shoulders above every single person at the moment on this roster. So no doubt Ricochet is going to have his work cut out for him tonight. Randy is now, of course, as we know as well, the WWE Champion over here on SmackDown. And talking about Orton, here he comes now. Randy, of course, 11-0 at the moment in his Universe Mode record. He has indeed still got his buddy Razor Rivers with him. It's such an interesting dynamic between these two at the moment. We saw Randy earlier, he was giving Razor still the support that he normally would as his mentor. And Razor is still coming out here as Randy's protege, giving him the support as well. Even though they're both in just a few short weeks going to be competing for that very title that is in Randy Orton's hands. It is a very, very, very interesting dynamic. We don't know how it's going to play out. We'll have to wait and see there. Like I mentioned earlier, they have had a talk since that was mentioned. It is the plan of Chris Hammer, I think, to drive a wedge between these two guys who have been pretty out of control, if we're being honest, since this Universe Mode began. We've had Randy Orton making matches for Razor against competitors, wrestlers, superstars, whatever you want to call them, that are not even on this Universe Mode roster. We even had Razor Rivers try to outsmart Chris Hammer and bring the European title back. He held that for a couple of weeks before Hammer stripped him of it and re-vacated that title. So yeah, there's a bit of needle between management and Randy and Razor Rivers at the moment. And if there's one thing that we know that can get between friends, partners, tag partners, whatever kind of relationships there is here in Universe Mode, the one thing that will come between those friendships or those relationships is gold, is titles. It is as simple as that. The money, the fame, the exposure, that's what everyone's here for. They all want the titles, especially the WWE titles. So by Chris Hammer giving a Razor Rivers a shot here, I feel that he believes there is no way that Rivers and Orton can continue to coexist. Why they're both going to be competing for the most prestigious prize here on SmackDown. So yeah, very, very interesting dynamic. We'll just have to be patient and wait and see how all of that unfolds and develops. But for tonight, Randy can't be thinking about SummerSlam. He's against a very unique opponent. There's not many that have the offensive qualities of a Ricochet. And at the moment, it's not been the greatest of starts for Ricochet. There'll be a lot of other stars on the roster who will probably be a bit mad actually that he's even got this opportunity against Orton tonight. But he does have it. He's here, the match is underway, and he needs to grab this opportunity with both hands. Absolutely he does. He's for those interested, he's 1-3 with his one-loss record at the moment, Ricochet. So like I say, it's not been the greatest of starts for him, but what a win would do for his career tonight would be, it'd be, I don't know, I couldn't even describe that either or put that into words. I'm quite struggling tonight with that actually. That Kane thing's got my mind all messed up, but oh, beautiful from Randy there. He looked like he was playing a bit of possum, just waiting for Ricochet's next move, and as soon as he takes to the sky, Randy waits for him and hits him with that Russian leg sweep. But yeah, Ricochet, it would do absolute wonders if he could get a win tonight, but my money's not on him, I'm not going to lie. Randy is just in way too good a form at the moment, although I have no idea what he's doing here. If you want to go to the top rope, Randy, just go to the top rope. I don't get what that was he was trying to do there, but zip code backbreaker there. I know what he was doing there. He's gone straight into the cover as well, 2 count, but Ricochet gets that shoulder up. It's not going to be easy, that's definitely one thing for Randy tonight, to put Ricochet away. We know he's full of heart, and he's quite resilient, so it's going to take a lot of punishment for tonight. That looked like an RKO there from Ricochet. The fans are chanting RKO there as well, so it's not only me that caught that nicely into the flatliner as well, but Rivers stepping in to help out his mentor there. Olympic slam now from Orton, as that just gave him a little opening, and Randy needs the smallest of openings to get back in control. Ricochet's got to stay focused on Orton tonight. He can't think about Rivers outside. Here is some vintage Randy Orton for you with the draping DDT. That literally could be that. But Randy's wasted a little bit of time there. He's gone to the cover now though. Ref's in great position. It's 1, 2 and a kick out from Ricochet. Again showing that heart there. But you can tell that Rivers and Orton, for the time being at least, are still on the same page as we now are going to see. No, we're not. I thought we were going to see an RKO there, but what is this from Ricochet? What on earth was that? That was impressive from him. Showing that not only is he quick and high flying, he's got some power there as well. Ricochet, he's got Orton down now, but it's a 1 count. Not even a 2 there. That's going to be a little bit disheartening for someone who's, like I've already mentioned, not in the greatest of form. He's at least going to have wanted a kneel fall there, but he might get one here. That is a beautiful shooting star press from Ricochet, and then a standing senton. Unbelievable athleticism. He went for it again. You can't go to the well once too often with Orton, but that's a great spinning heel kick. We expect that Ricochet would be a step quicker than Orton, that's for sure. But Orton normally finds a way to slow the pace down to what he needs it to. He's struggling to do that at the moment though. Nice kick to the head there, and Ricochet's took over here, you know. And I don't know if Rivers is stepping in as quickly as we would normally see when Ricochet builds momentum. I mean, he has done it once, but he seems to be letting Ricochet have his way that little bit more at the moment. Or is that just me reading too much into SummerSlam here? We're going for the cover with Orton though. It's a 1 count, it's a 2 count, and Ricochet kicks out once more. But it could just be me reading a bit too much into it there, but we normally see with both Rivers and Orton, if one of them's in trouble in a match, the other will not hesitate. They'll step straight in or distract a referee or an opponent and try and create a little opening for their friend, as we go for an Olympic slam again with Orton. But we're not really seeing that from Rivers tonight, and that is interesting. Ricochet with a kick to the stomach there though, as he tries once again to take over. He's got Orton up on the shoulders, drops him off and kicks him round the back of the head. That's the second time we've seen that from Ricochet now. He's going to head to the top rope here. Still no interference from Rivers, and that is a beautiful 720, I think that was there. That's 1, that's 2, and wow. Ricochet has just beaten Randy Orton in the main event here on SmackDown. Very impressive display from Ricochet, but I was fully expecting either Randy Orton to kick out of the 720 there, or Razor Rivers to distract a referee or a Ricochet. None of the above happened, and that is a shock result. That is going to send shock waves right the way through the rosters, maybe even on Raw. Randy Orton the most winningest star in Universe Mode, has just suffered his first loss. Is it something about the titles here on SmackDown that when you get one, you just can't win? AJ Styles has suffered from that. Shinsuke Nakamura has suffered from that. Unless the titles are on the line, the Bludgeon Brothers suffer from that. And now Randy Orton becomes champion in just his second week as champion, loses his first match to someone really, all due respect to Ricochet, you would expect Orton to be beaten. But that is a massive, massive shock, and on that big shock, we're going to end this episode tonight. So thank you all once again for watching this Universe Mode. It is my favourite series on this channel. I love creating and making these videos. If you could let me know how you feel about them, if you're still watching at this point, then thank you, Big Style, for that. Use the comment box below to let me know. Use the like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff. But for the time being, guys, stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, thank you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.